What's up, MMA fans? I believe this is our first video response. I don't think we've ever done one before. My co-host Tom isn't here with me, so these are my opinions. What I'm going to be talking about is what MMAKnockoutKrew, 5 things you have to admit about MMA. The reason I'm doing this is I thought it was a really good video. He put up some really good questions. And some good statements. I'm going to go through them in order, the way he did. Alright, changing of the guard. I don't see... Yeah, it's kind of upsetting to see guys like Nogueira, Wanderlei Silva, Randy Couture, kind of, maybe they're over their peak. We're not sure yet. You never know, they may come back. But... as far as the changing of the guard, I think it's wonderful. That means we get to see new fighters, new faces, new skills. Just recently, Frischia Verdun just got knocked out by this Dos Santos kid. Well, you know, he just came in there and just knocked him out, and bam, you know, he could be another fighter on the level of Anderson Silva, BJ Penn, GSP someday. We don't know. Fedor. Any of those guys. We don't know yet. I mean, that's wonderful. I'm glad that we get new fighters coming in all the time, and I'm glad there's a change. This is a young sport where obviously we haven't seen the best yet. So I think it's wonderful. I love it. Alright, he brought up Fedor will never come to the UFC. He probably won't. And to be honest with you, I really don't care if he does or not. This is just... I don't even want to get started on this. I'm not even going to talk about it, really. I mean, he's not going to come to UFC, and that's that. Some of the UFC, the championship fights that aren't happening. Yushin Okami and Lyoto Machida. Yeah, I think it's sucky that it's not happening. And yes, they do deserve it. They're not the most exciting fighters. I gotta admit, I'm not a big Lyoto Machida fan. I enjoy watching. I enjoy watching Yushin Okami. I really wish they give him a title fight, but they're not marketable, and they know that. Eventually, I'm hoping eventually they're going to have to give him a title shot. Maybe this year, maybe next year, but we don't know. I mean, but you can't say it's unfair. I mean, a lot of the guys who do fight for the championships are there for a reason. I mean, they do have good fights, but they also got the skill set to come up and be champ. I mean, they just don't throw in half-wits in there and nobodies. Pride's not coming back. You know, he said that it's sad to admit that Pride's not coming back. I don't know if it's sad or not. I like Pride. I liked it when I first started watching it. I thought it was wonderful. I got to see guys like Big Nog I hadn't seen before. I hadn't seen Overeem before. I hadn't seen a lot of these guys before, and I thought it was wonderful. But I also noticed a lot of those fights on there. Me personally, I thought a lot of them were kind of mismatched. They weren't thought through like the UFC or other organizations, Strike Force. But I don't think it's really sad. Their biggest draws have went over to the UFC, most of them anyway. And if not, they're in Dream. I mean, you can watch Dream, which is basically it's the same people that put together Pride. So if you like Pride, watch Dream. Let's see, what was the last one? MMA will not be. He don't think it'll be accepted worldwide like NFL or the NBA or baseball. Not right now, no, but it's a young sport. It's a very young sport. Those sports have been around for a long time. They've been around for years and years and years, and MMA is a very young sport. I remember sitting in, I was in elementary school, this is how far back it was, sitting in the cafeteria, and Tom, he came up and sat beside of me, and we had just watched the first few UFCs. This is a long time ago. And I guess, I don't know about what time it was. He just remembered saying that within 5 years, the UFC would be on television. And lo and behold, bam, there it was. I mean, the UFC's came far, and because of that, all the other organizations are coming far. It's catching on. It's like a wildfire. I mean, used to you couldn't find anybody that knew anything about mixed martial arts, but now it's like it's getting big, and it just keeps getting bigger. As far as a worldwide is yet to be seen, possibly. I mean, it's growing. It keeps growing. It's awesome. So give it a little while. It's still a young sport, and we'll see about that. That's a really big question. But I just want to answer some of these. There's all my opinions. None of it has to do with my co-host Tom. Respond back to my video or whatever. But I'll catch you guys later.